What is going on, Elite Seeker Nation? We are out here. The morning is upon us. This is the kickoff of NFL Week 1, or at least the Sunday part of it. But I'm hyped up. This is the first time ever we are going to bring you this start-sit show. And, man, I got some beautiful people here with me. Brandon, what is going on, my man?
What's up, Ben? How you doing? Week 1, baby.
Good, brother. Woo, we've been talking about this one, so it's game time. And then we got dude on the right, my boy Jay Rich. He's not really on the right, but you know, we could switch it up. You know, we could keep him on the right.
Here we go.
We could make it legit. But what's up? What's up, Jay Rich?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here. Happy to help the people get their starts and sits in. I haven't even checked my lineups yet, so I'm here for the people.
That's it, man. We had to get up extra early and make some things happen, get on the lineups early so we could help everybody out here. What's up, Joey? Happy Sunday, man.
What's good, Joey?
Mike was in the house. Let's go. Marty, good morning, man. Really appreciate that. I hope you know, you don't do too well in our league, but today you can do well. That's fine. All right, but hey, you know what? It's Sunday, man. How are y'all feeling about this? I mean, it feels like it's been a long time coming. We've been, you know, working our butts off this offseason. You know, Jordan, you got your wake up show. You've already been grinding every morning, so we got you on a day off here. How's that been going, man?
It's been I think it's been better for me than it has for Ray, because that dude is still doing a show almost every day. You guys did a show last night. But yeah, you know, Saturdays are kind of the day I just decompress, and then Sundays, it's man, it's funny. I had to tell some friends, like, I can't hang out today. Like, it's strictly business today. You know, before it was fantasy, it was fun, but now it's all business. We got to make sure we cover all the storylines, watch as many games as possible. It's Sunday, baby. It's football day. I'm pounding the table.
Man,
it's no longer a hobby. This ain't a hobby. It's no longer a hobby
no more.
This ain't a hobby, folks.
At least we still enjoy it for now, right? No, I love it.
Now,
I love
right?
it,
Let's come back in like week 14 when we're trying to do this.
Hit me up at 1:30 when all my DFS lineups are dead.
Hey,
yeah,
exactly.
Seriously.
Hey, let's let all the people know, if you haven't done this, you obviously haven't done this with us before. So hit us up with your start sit questions. We're gonna go rapid fire. We are gonna talk about some things that we've seen already this morning as far as you know, surprising news goes. Don't ask us if you should start someone that's out, because, well, you know, we're probably going to tell you to start the guy that's out just to be funny. But no, let's get right into it. Hit us with those questions in the comments, and we will get this thing rolling. But first off, I do want to talk about a couple inactives that were surprising to me. Zach Moss being one of them. We see Zach Moss is a healthy inactive. Don't know about any injuries as far as I know. So that means we're going to see a whole lot of Devin Singletary, and Matt Breida is going to get a shot. So Jay Rich, what's your thoughts there? I mean, I think we've talked about this before. We did expect Moss to at least probably get that 50%, or at least some of the short yardage carries.
I honestly think it bodes really well for Josh Allen scoring a touchdown today, because chances are they're not going to use Singletary in the red zone. People thought that Moss would be the guy who took over red zone carries. I think it's going to be strictly either through the air or Josh Allen. Now, I don't see Burrito really taking over that role.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a good call. So I do think let's jump into some of these questions. B, I'm kicking this one to you. Quads or Booby Miles as an RB5?
Give me Miles Sanders. Give me Miles Sanders. I think that's a high.
Come on.
Listen, I've heard that Saquon will be limited. Denver's a good team. Denver's got a good rush defense. Sorry, not doing it week one. Nope.
The spice from the Giants fan. I like it.
RB5, shoot ceiling.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Give me Miles Sanders. Sorry.
Miles does have good
garbage
today, but it is
Atlanta's
Saquon.
garbage. Atlanta's garbage.
We'll have to see. Hey, there it is. Let's jump into this one. Marquez Callaway or Kenny Golladay coming at you with the heat. Brandon, I'm passing it back to you, Mr. Giants fan. What you got?
Can I take neither? Can I take neither for $100? Like, seriously, Callaway. I mean, I guess if you're going for upside, Golladay. I don't know. Callaway's going to get blanketed by Jair Alexander. So I know he's been the preseason darling, but I think bucket of water comes down on him today. Just my opinion. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. I think I'm still rolling with Golladay over the chance he just catches a deep shot. I don't really think that Callaway has a shot against someone as good as Jair Alexander.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and buck the trend on this one just for the hell of it, because I think Jameis has showed us in the past he doesn't really care about the defenders that are around. So, I was impressed with those couple catches we saw from Marquez. So I'm curious to see if he can pull one of those in. I think, if he does have a day, even on a couple big catches, we are definitely going to see him continue to skyrocket early on this season. So I'll just buck the trend on that one. But Golladay is the consensus here. Jay, take this one. How does Sermon be an outchanged Mostert in the weekly rankings? Big surprise. Trey Sermon inactive, healthy inactive. So that means you're going to see Elijah Mitchell and Hasty are both active for this game with Mostert.
So, on Fan Pros, I'm listed as the number 2 overall ranker behind Waz, of course. Waz, the great ranker on Fantasy Pros. He's probably about RB 14, 15 in my weekly rankings right now. The thing with Mostert is that I still don't think he's going to see a ton of volume, but I do think that he's going to get the volume when it counts, because now he is by far the most reliable running back in that offense. And we saw they kind of like Sermon, but now it's really just Mostert, Elijah Mitchell, rookie. JaMychal Hasty, he's played a little bit, but still not overly reliable. I think it'll be a lot of Mostert early on. And I think it bodes well for the short passing game as well with Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. I think they will have to use those guys a little bit more with not having two kind of feature backs like we saw in Sermon and Mostert, as kind of what we expected. So I think it does bode well for Deebo and even for Kittle as well. But we'll see. I think, probably back end RB1, maybe high end RB2. I don't want to go too crazy because there's a lot of great matchups as far as the running backs go.
Yeah, but he's definitely looking like a steal, right? Like, we know what he can do if he stays healthy. That's the biggest
Can
thing.
you just stay healthy for like 5 games, please? Please?
He just needs 15 carries, and he'll probably put up 100 and touchdown.
He just needs to make it until Jeff Wilson Jr. is healthy, right? And that's kind of how this thing goes in San Francisco. So we'll see how that one goes. Jay, I'm going to keep it with you, though, on this one. We got the rookies. We're getting into the rookies. I love it. This is a PPR question. Rondale Moore or Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Lions. So what are you thinking on this one? This is a good one. I like it. It's probably pretty even.
Rondale easily. He looked better in preseason. I think he's going to be more involved in the offense. I think it'll be a higher over-under total. I'm all in on Rondale over Amon-Ra. It's not really that close for me.
Cool.
Yeah, over-under, I think it's like 8. Not even close. Not even close.
Still moving up. Even now, it's still moving up.
I would suspect that Rondale is going to be a guy that everybody's going to be trading for after he blows up. And the difference in over-under in points is 8. So 54 in the Arizona Cardinals game, 46 in the San Francisco Lions game. So probably trending towards a more run-happy game.
Definitely. And I even think it's gross to say, but for the Lions, I'd probably even start Tyrell Williams, not really knowing anything, just from what we're hearing, over Amon-Ra in this week 1. So until I feel a little more comfortable. But yeah, Rondale is definitely the ceiling play. Love that one. Brandon, Javonte, Williams or DJ Chark?
Probably Javonte. I think I want to lean Javonte. As much as I like DJ Chark, that game's going to be ugly. We have no idea what Trevor Lawrence's first game is going to look like. Chark hasn't been on the field much during preseason, so we really don't know what his gelling is. We've already seen Javonte do well. We know that he's going to split time with Melvin Gordon, but even if he sees 40% of the snaps, he's probably going to get, 8 to 10 looks. He could probably fall into the end zone once, possibly with one of those looks. I like the upside of Javonte today.
Awesome. Jay, I'm going to kick this one to you. Jamal Williams or Sony Michel? We did hear some interesting news this morning on Jamal Williams. So what's your thoughts there?
I think I'm going with Sony because I think he has a much better shot of scoring a touchdown.
Did y'all just both cut out on me? Or did I cut out on y'all?
I think so.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so we are going with Sony here. I'm actually going to go with Jamal Williams.
That's what I was going. Team Jamal.
It's probably smoke. And you know what? Jamal Williams always seems to just get those carries that we don't really want him to have. It was with Aaron Jones before, and now with Swift. It's been a dicey offseason for Swift. You either hear great reports on him, or you're hearing that he's not going to get as much of a workload as you want, or he's not going to be healthy week 1, and then he is healthy. So it's been all over the place. I'm just not sure. I'm uncomfortable with what's going on there. But we know Jamal Williams is a steady running back. In standard, I don't mind it at all going with Jamal. I just can't do it with Sony Michel. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did outscore him.
Yeah, ugly.
Boom. Man, I wish I made more effort to get Mostert this week. I knew he was teed up. Hey, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Galladay or Elijah? Oh, I'm giving this one to you, Jay. It's your boy
Elijah. Mike,
it's gotta be Elijah
because it's the ceiling play. You got to take Elijah because if you don't play him, you will hate yourself, and I will hate you too.
Awesome. I like it.
He is super duper. He's also super duper cheap in DFS plays today.
Yeah, he's a minimum play, which is just dumb.
He's a mid play.
And if you had any worry about Crowder, which you shouldn't have, Crowder's not playing either. So it's just a great opportunity for him. B, Callaway or Conklin? Can't believe we're even getting this question.
Oh.
Let's go. I'd be curious if this is
like starter sit your junk. Like it's all right. It's fun. We're still trying to figure guys out. I think I'm taking Conklin for the same reason. Callaway's, there's nothing there. I just don't.
I'm going Callaway.
Okay, whoa.
Hold on. Let me finish. Cincinnati is just trash. Okay, their defense is garbage. Conklin can find the end zone. I don't know that Callaway finds the end zone. We were just saying upside play. This is probably the one. You're throwing darts.
Okay, but we know Callaway is getting targets, and for you to say that Conklin's going to get end zone looks when they have Justin Jefferson and Mr. 40% red zone share, Adam Thielen, I don't think we're going to see Conklin get more than one red zone target, and I think we could see Callaway see upwards of 8 to 10 targets. So that's why I'm leaning the Callaway side.
Other upside tight ends. I don't even know what other upside tight ends. Ferkser. Yeah, Ferkser. That's it. That's about it.
Hey, upside tight end. What about Juwan Johnson? If they're going to be blanketing Callaway, that could be a play. If you're looking at upside, cheap upside, that's someone that I'm paying attention to in week 1.
Your boy too, possibly. Your boy.
Yeah, Jacob Harris, man. It'll be interesting. It will be interesting. Let's see what happens. But I'm feeling pretty good. I think he'll be in there for some looks in the end zone. So we'll see how that works out. Need 2. Marshall, Rondale, Waddle, or Campbell.
Which Campbell?
Throw Campbell out for me.
Probably Paris.
Paris Campbell? Dan Campbell?
I think for me it's Rondale and Waddle. I do want to say Paris Campbell because I think the Seahawks underneath are going to get destroyed, but I just don't really feel comfortable with that. So I have to roll with Rondale and Waddle.
Yeah. I think they have Marquise Blair, who was out last year. He went out with the injury. He looked good in the preseason. So he's gonna be playing on Paris when Paris is lined up there in the slot. So I think that's a tougher matchup than we might think out of the gates, but it's possible for sure. It's going to be an interesting game. The Seattle defense is not known for a strong secondary anymore outside of those safeties. Cornerback situation is scary. So, but I definitely like the upside of Rondale and Waddle.
Also something to consider. Seattle's nickel corner was absolutely completely torched last year.
Yeah,
like,
all last year.
Like if there was a weakness in that secondary, it was the nickel corner got completely
that was
obliterated.
Blair went out, right? He got hurt in like week 2, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
So Ugo Amadi was in there. Amadi is going to be relegated to a bench role, and Blair will be in that nickel role. So I think he is a huge upgrade for them. That's who they wanted to go with last year. But again, they could be weak, so it wouldn't surprise me. Moving on, let's go Hardman or Rondale. For me, it's Rondale. I do like, I think Hardman could have some big plays. We just really don't know. I just can't trust it. But you know how it goes with that wide receiver 2 in week 1. I know it's been Sammy Watkins. So Nicole could get a couple of huge looks. I don't hate it. I don't hate it if you want to go McCole, but I think you have a really, really low floor with a high ceiling, where Rondale probably gives you a lot better floor, also with a high ceiling, in my opinion. So that's a safer play. That's why I'd go Rondale personally. Jay, what's your thoughts on that one?
I'm with Rondale as well, actually. I like Hardman a lot, but I think it's a bad matchup against those Cleveland corners. They don't have a lot of big physical corners outside of Denzel Ward, but their other corners are smaller and faster, especially if you were to put Greedy Williams on Mecole Hardman. I think he would actually cover him extremely well, even with that speed. Both fast, a little bit smaller guys, but I think it's not a great matchup for Hardman overall.
Yeah, same. I mean, I understand the idea and the thought, and there's very real possibility Hardman could do like a 5 for 90 and 1, but I think again, going back to point totals, they're pretty even. So I don't know. I mean, flip a coin if you really wanted to. Oh man, I forgot my $50. We should have had the coin toss. Dang it.
We're all good. Okay, half PPR. Myles Gaskin or Debo in the flex. Brandon, I'm giving this one to you. Let's go.
Gaskin. Give me Gaskin.
Yeah,
I don't like. I think both games low, very, very, very low totals. I think they're both in the 45, 46 range. I feel like Gaskin has probably a better opportunity of volume than Debo. I just don't know how many targets he would realistically get. Yes, Mostert's back there, so Debo could be an extension of the run game, but
yeah,
you're banking on hopefully he blows past a Detroit Lions secondary that is pretty weak. So, but yeah, Gaskin for me.
Yeah, Jay, you agree with that one?
I'm honestly, it's kind of a toss up for me. I could see, because that's with Sermon being out. I think that, like I mentioned, there will be some other opportunities for these short passes, and I think Debo could be heavily involved in that sense. And I don't love the matchup against the Patriots, so I think you're pretty safe either way. I think Gaskin's probably the floor play, and I think Debo is probably the ceiling play.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Rondale Moore, popular choice here. I think a lot of people are uneasy. It's a rookie, right? Not really sure what his role is going to be. So Rondale Moore or another rookie, Devonta Smith. For me, it's got to be Devonta Smith here. I love Rondale, but Devonta is the wide receiver 1 there for Philly. So just for that alone, his big playability, give me Devonta. Although, we talked about it. I like Rondale a lot. Being standard, you're probably looking at Devonta might get less catches than Rondale. It's definitely possible. But losing out on that PPR. So give me Devonta with those big plays there. Jay?
Yep. Nailed it.
Cool. All right, B, this one's you. Tua or Fitzmagic as QB2 from Stewart?
Fitz. New England's defense is going to be a little better than they were last year. I think that game's a little bit more slow pace. Tua might not throw it more than 20 to 25 times. Fitz could be in a shootout with old Herbert down there in Washington.
Herbie.
Give me Fitz. Unless you're playing in like a league where you get like -6 for interceptions, then take Tua.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just as long as there's nothing crazy for interceptions, because I do think San Diego's defense, or sorry, not San Diego anymore, Los Angeles Chargers defense is going to be a whole lot better. You got Derwin back there, so I think that just makes everything click again. So definitely with you on the Fitz piece there. Here we go, Jay. I'm gonna let you take this one.
Number 1 on the season. I don't think we know that yet, but I'd say probably up there. Yeah, top 3. I'd say Detroit could be one of them. I think that Jacksonville could be one of them too.
Yep,
definitely. Boom. B. Terrace Marshall, Javonte Williams, or Rondale Moore?
Rondale. I think that's just. I think when you're looking at because it's PPR, I mean, he's just going to have he's going to get the ball in a bunch of different ways, and he's easily probably locked in at least 4 to 6 targets, my guess. I think that's where I mean, if you're going to go, it's probably between Rondale and Terrace, and I feel like I want Rondale.
Okay. Like it. Mike Davis, Robbie Anderson.
I think I'm going Robbie Anderson. I think he's good for 10 targets in a shootout.
Revenge game. Revenge game.
For him and Darnold, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't hate Mike Davis playing Mike Davis.
Yeah,
you
but
know, who's behind
Mike
him.
Davis is fine.
I mean, it's fine.
But Robbie's definitely the ceiling play as well here, I think. So
I want to see Mike's role for sure. Philly's not a terrible team, but they're pretty bad. But I just don't know what his role is yet. I don't want to bet on a role I don't understand. I know Robbie's good for targets, so I'll take it.
Awesome. All right. This is a gross one coming up. Here you are. Ty Johnson, Tony Jones, PPR. It's an interesting one. B, what you got?
Ty? Rock, paper, scissors on this one. Like, all right, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess Ty Johnson, because he might get a couple of pass catch. Like, Tony Jones is probably just running. I don't think he's going to see much in the pass catching role.
Yeah, I would probably, not knowing Ty's role yet, haven't seen him say, oh, he's going to be the starter. He's not. Tevin is. And Michael, I think that's just going to be a 3-headed monster that's going to be really hard to predict. I don't like that. So Tony Jones stepping in, obviously taking Latavius Murray's touches, is something that I do like. And I think they're going to try to play it safe to a point with Jameis. So, Jameis can go out there and rip it for sure. But I think Tony Jones backing up Kamara in week 1 of a longer season, I think he'll see more touches than people are expecting, just because they don't know him too much. Jay, what about you?
I'm actually leaning Ty Johnson too. I think that both these guys don't have great matchups. Well, Ty, we don't know the role, but the matchup is good. Where Tony Jones playing against that Green Bay defense is not great, even from a running perspective. They're a decent run defense. They have a great nose tackle who they paid a crap load of money last offseason. So I'm not loving Tony Jones, and I wish I knew what to expect from him in the passing game, because we know Latavius can catch passes. I haven't really seen it from Tony Jones yet, so I don't know what that role is going to look like. And I think, Ben, I would kind of go against your point. I do think they're going to lean on Kamara heavily, because this is a very big game for them. If they can win this game, it's going to be massive for them, for their future prospects, playoff implications, all that stuff. So I do think they will work Kamara a lot. And I believe last time Kamara played the Packers, he went like 80 on the ground, 100 through the air, and had like 3 touchdowns. So I think it'll be another heavy game for Kamara in week 1.
Would love to see it. All right, Joey asked, full PPR, would you play Tyson Williams or Marquez Callaway? Give me Williams easily here. B, what about you?
Yeah, Tyson clearly been being pumped up against the Raiders. Not exactly the best defense. Yeah. We've already talked about Callaway. So, give me Tyson.
And to me, like, even if you are worried about Latavius or Le'Veon or Devonta, if you're worried about any of those guys, they all just got signed. So at the end of the day, he's going to get the work in week 1 easily anyway. And then you're going to get a chance to see what he does with that. So I definitely love him for week 1. Jay, Fitzmagic or Tua? We already talked about this.
Yeah, Fitzy.
On to the next one.
Back to you, Jay. Wentz or Darnold?
I'm going Darnold. This is like a battle of my DFS lineups right here, but I'm going with Darnold.
Why Darnold?
Oh man, the team: McCaffrey, DJ
facts.
Moore, Robbie Anderson. They're just going to be lights out against the Jets. I'm expecting a big game, but Wentz could do very well against the Seahawks. There's been a lot of touts projecting him to actually have an extremely good game, and obviously Jonathan Taylor on the ground is going to be great.
Yep,
love it. Just a couple minutes left for everybody that's tapped in with us here. Make sure you like and subscribe on our YouTube. Hit us up, follow us, because we will be doing this weekly. And if you got any last minute questions, throw those in the comments now, because we're going to whip through these last few and get out of here and get ready for this kickoff. So B, non-PPR, Devonta Smith or Henderson?
Give me Devonta.
Wow.
Give me Devonta.
Both of you. Okay, fine. I was going to say Hendo.
I really don't know what that monster of a backfield is going to be with the Rams. Bears are actually pretty decent against the run. I know what Devonta is going to be able to produce. Yeah, I don't care that that's not PPR. I think he'll have more yards than Henderson.
I like it.
Okay,
And I think
there you go.
Henderson, some of his value is catching some of those passes for me. So I definitely like the Devonta play. Callaway or Smith? Again.
Smith.
So
Smith?
Smitty.
Devonta.
Smitty.
Yeah, he said
Yep.
Devonta Smith in the comments later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yep. On to the next one.
Boom.
Tony.
Zachary. Another gross one. Tony Jones or Elijah Mitchell PPR?
Tony
kick
Jones.
return. Is
Tony
Elijah
Jones.
listed as the return?
He's listed as the number 2, so there is that. But no, still give
Is
me
he
Tony
is he returning? Is he returning
I don't
kicks?
know.
Jones. I mean,
Isn't he like
that would-
230 pounds? Is he going to return kicks?
I still don't think that the kick punt return yards are worth.
Wouldn't they
enough.
have Debo return kicks and all that stuff? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I'm just
if
curious.
you
Could we
lose-
put
listen,
punt
if
kick
you
return
lose-
on there.
if you lose in a league because you have kick and punt return yards, it's probably a league that.
yeah, if that's a league,
Like-
if you have yards in that, go get Deontay Harris, man. He's probably gonna return like for 50 or 60 yards easy in this game, and he'll be involved.
Yeah, there's better options than Elijah Mitchell in the kick punt return business. All right,
Absolutely.
3 minutes.
Here we go. Superflex League. I'm deciding on my second QB, Tyrod or Tua. Give me Tua. I mean, I get it. Like
Tyrod
it's-
stinks.
Tyrod is
Tua has weapons regardless of the
And
tough
another
matchup. So
comfortable
definitely,
starting
I'm not even
Tua.
touching Tyrod this year.
second question. Yes, yes,
yeah,
I would
missed
be
that.
comfortable. I would be comfortable starting Trevor Lawrence against Houston over Hurts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Perfectly fine.
absolutely.
I know people say start your studs, but look at the matchup before you start your studs.
Matchup is garbage.
Here we go. Hey, thanks for the help. Steven says, hopefully a fun one for you here. Pick 2, full point PPR, Saquon Barkley, assuming he's a lock, which we heard he is. Josh Jacobs, Darrell Henderson, or Tyson Williams.
Oh gosh,
I saw this question somewhere, and I want you guys' opinion. So I'm playing Saquon, I think, no matter what. I don't like the matchups very well, especially for Jacobs. But do you like Tyson over Jacobs? I think that is an extremely difficult choice to make. But
Yes,
I think I'm on the Tyson side as well.
Yeah, I'll take Tyson this week. Yep.
Yep, for sure this week, because I mentioned all those other guys that even if you're a little worried about them, all those other guys aren't going to be that ready yet. So he's going to get the bulk of the work. We already heard that. So give me Tyson, see what he can do in week 1. Moving on, Ertz or Conklin? Give me Ertz. Perfect. And that is it. Oh, no, one more.
No, we got one.
Squeezed it in there. I like it. Winston or Darnold? I'm going YOLO Winston myself. But
You're crazy. No, Darnold for a 40 burger on the old Jets.
Woo, 40 burger.
It'll be bad.
Revenge season. But hey, that is all we got. Really appreciate everybody tapping in with us. Hey, your kickoff is here. It's going to be a good day. So make sure you've probably seen tweets like this already, but make sure, don't worry about your lineup every 5 minutes. Ray said, don't worry about your lineup every 2 minutes. Just get out there, enjoy the games for what they are. Your scores are going to be your scores. So we appreciate you. We will be back every single week about 35 minutes before the first game on Sundays, and we will go for about 30 minutes, answer as many questions as possible. Make sure to follow us, do what you can, like, subscribe, whatever. But that's all I got. Jay, anything from you before we get out of here?
Nah, just make sure you got Elijah Mitchell in your starting lineup. That's it. Or sorry, not Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Moore.
Oh, my goodness. Elijah Mitchell. Clip that. B, anything before we get out of here, man?
Just stay tuned. We got more. This ain't the end. There's more shows coming. We just haven't told you yet.
Hey, stay tuned. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Elite Seekers out.